the 1998 masterpiece that blends comedy, drama, and a touch of satire into something truly unique. If you haven't seen it yet, trust me, you're in for a treat. And if you have, well, it's one of those movies that gets even better on a rewatch. Let me tell you why this film is an absolute must-see, and I'll walk you through every little detail, from the brilliant minds behind it to the tiniest production nuggets, without giving away any surprises that could ruin the experience. Think of this as your ultimate guide to appreciating what makes The Truman Show so special, and by the end, you'll be itching to hit play. First off, let's set the stage. The Truman Show hit theaters on June 5, 1998, and it was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It runs for about 103 minutes, which is just the right length to keep you hooked without dragging on. The story centers on Truman Burbank, a cheerful insurance salesman living what seems like an idyllic life in the picturesque town of Sea Haven. Everything appears perfect. Sunny skies, friendly neighbors, a loving wife, and a steady job. But as the days go by, Truman starts noticing little oddities that make him question the world around him. It's a tale of self-discovery, curiosity, and the pursuit of something more authentic in life. Without diving into specifics, I can say it's a clever exploration of how we perceive reality, wrapped in humor and heart. If you're someone who loves films that make you laugh one minute and ponder deep questions the next, this is your jam. It's got that rare balance where it's accessible for casual viewers, but layered enough for film buffs to dissect. Now, what really elevates The Truman Show is its stellar cast. Leading the pack is Jim Carrey as Truman Burbank. You know Jim from his wild comedic roles in movies like Ace Ventura or Dumb and Dumber, but here he steps into something more nuanced. This was actually one of his first major dramatic turns, and he nails it with a mix of wide-eyed innocence and subtle emotional depth. Carrey brings so much charisma to Truman, his infectious smile and energetic personality make you root for him from the get-go. It's a performance that shows his range beyond just slapstick, and it's no wonder it helped shift how people saw him as an actor. Playing Truman's wife, Meryl, is Laura Linney. She's fantastic in this role, portraying a devoted spouse who's all about that picture-perfect suburban life. Linney was already building a solid career with films like Primal Fear and The House of Mirth, but her work here adds a layer of warmth and complexity that fits seamlessly into the story. Then there's Noah Emmerich as Marlon, Truman's lifelong best friend. Emmerich brings a laid-back buddy vibe that's endearing and relatable. Think of him as the guy who's always there with a beer and some advice. He's appeared in stuff like The Americans TV series later on, but this role showcases his ability to play the everyman with heart. We can't forget Natasha McElhone, who plays Lauren, a woman who catches Truman's eye in a memorable way. McElhone has this ethereal quality that makes her character stand out, and she's gone on to star in films like Solaris and Ronin. And then there's Ed Harris as Christoph, the enigmatic figure overseeing things from behind the scenes. Harris is a powerhouse, known for intense roles in Apollo 13 and The Abyss, and he delivers a commanding presence that's equal parts authoritative and intriguing. The supporting cast is rounded out by talented folks like Holland Taylor as Truman's mother, bringing that nurturing old-school charm, Brian DeLate as his father, and even a young Paul Giamatti in a small but memorable part as a control room operator. Giamatti, of course, later became a star in his own right with films like Sideways. There's also Blair Slater as young Truman in flashbacks, adding some sweet nostalgia. Every actor here feels perfectly cast, contributing to the film's authentic, lived-in world. Behind the camera, the director is Peter Weir, an Australian filmmaker who's a true visionary. Weir had already made waves with movies like Dead Poets Society, Witness, and Picnic at Hanging Rock. For The Truman Show, he brings his signature style, a blend of intimate character moments and grand, almost surreal visuals. Weir has this knack for exploring themes of isolation and societal norms, and it shines through here. He was drawn to the project because it allowed him to comment on